Howdy, everybody. My name is Robert Cline Jr. Welcome to the Music Room. I'm going to start off with a song called Mockingbird. You're my mockingbird, sweetest thing I've heard. Sing your song just for me. No matter where I go, near or far from home, take your song with me. Lord knows I can't hold you, but your song I'll always sing. Rest assured, one day you'll find me underneath your magnolia. I'm rambling, been across God's land, seen more than the eye can see. But like a siren song, Lord, you guide me home to where I Lord knows I can't hold you, but your song I'll always sing. Rest assured, one day you'll find me underneath your magnolia. Lord knows I can't hold you, but your song I'll always sing. Rest assured, one day you'll find me underneath your magnolia. You're my mockingbird, sweetest thing I've heard. Sing your song just for me. No matter where I go, near or far from home, I take your song with me. I'll take your song with me. I'll take your song with me. And here's my mockingbird.
Oh, neat. Cool.
Yeah. Sometimes. When I show her off.
You sang a song about the mockingbird, the bird of Texas, but you need to make one up for the other opted in, buzzard.
The buzzard.
know,
The buzzards, yeah, the buzzards are out there.
you know, if it wasn't
Cleaning
for
up the
buzzards, we'd
roads.
have a stinky world.
That's right. Somebody's got to be the garbage man.
They get no respect.
I know it.
Well, Robert, welcome to In the Music
Well,
Room.
thank y'all
We're
so much
so
for
glad to
being here.
have
Yeah.
you.
It's been a treat to be here. We've been working on this for a long time, and
Yeah.
I've been waiting ever since. So it's
Yeah, we
very
finally
special.
got you in
Yeah.
here. Mockingbird, I take that you were influenced by a mockingbird to write that song, or am I wrong?
You are, and about Texas. I was in Colorado a good portion of my adult life after I went to school. I'm from Texas. I'm from Wharton, Texas. And then went to Texas State. It was Southwest Texas when I went there.
Yeah, I went there to check that out back in the day. When it was
Yeah.
Southwest Texas,
Yes, yeah, it's a great school. And then I went to Colorado State in Fort Collins, Colorado. So I was in Colorado for 20 years.
Wow.
And I later got into music. And when I wrote this, my first album, it's called All the Right Reasons. I'll sing that song later. But this was one of those songs that I wanted to have a song about Texas and longing for Texas. I've always. It's kind of funny because when I left Texas, I just wanted to come back, and then after a while, I was here all the time playing. Later when I came back as a musician, I didn't need to move to Texas, but I do live in Texas now,
Yeah.
as well as in Alabama. But and a story about that is when I've got a little girl, and when she was 18 months old, she started whistling, listening to a mockingbird,
Oh.
which is amazing.
Yeah.
And I've got it on camera, videoed her singing, and we started whistling because the mockingbird was whistling in our chimney, and she heard it and just busted out a whistle when I was feeding her lunch, and it's like
Wow.
amazing. And she now is a singer. She's 6 years old, and she's been singing with me since she was 3.
Wow.
And so it kind of came full circle. And the label that I released my albums on is Mockingbird Records. So
Oh, cool.
this emblem of my mockingbird, my magnolias, actually have on my arm. I did a tattoo of it, and my tattoo artist gave me a painting, and then I made some boots. It was the idea of art and interpreting art, and,
Sure.
and supporting art and different mediums, and and finding that passion of other artists
Sure.
interpreting that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, great song.
Yeah, thank you. It's my first song I love to sing because it puts me in my place of what
Puts
I'm
you in that
doing.
zone.
It puts you in the zone, yeah, and it's a real honor to get to do this. I started later in life, but it's I was a fan first,
Yeah,
and it's as we all are, I think. But being able to see the culture of this and have folks don't know you show up and listen to you, it's a
There
real
you
honor. So
go.
thank y'all for
Yeah.
being a part of making it a live experience.
Well, a lot of us are old, but we're still alive.
Well, that's what counts.
Hey, speak for yourself,
Because there's
Robert.
some people that aren't alive,
Well, I've been told that a couple of times.
You have
Here, right here.
you have a song, "Praying for an Angel." Tell us a little bit
I
about
do.
that.
Well, I was daydreaming about a woman, which is
Imagine that.
it's an easy muse, right? But the idea is, though, really, nobody's going to make you happy. You got to choose to be happy. And if you're with me or without me, I'm going to choose to be happy.
Sure.
And it's interesting, a lot of these songs, my first album, I've had to live throughout my life. So these songs have been there for me when I needed them. And this is one that I'm glad that I've got a song in my heart. And even when somebody tries to break it, you realize, like, hey, this is me.
Yep.
And I'm proud of that. Hey Mary, won't you send me a version, one like I ain't never seen. Lonely, shake at the hips now, make her easy as a gentle breeze. Hey Mary, won't you send me a siren, white dress and southern drawl. Voice sweet, sings like an angel, dances like smoke in the ray of light. Dances like smoke in the ray of light. Lord, I've been praying for an angel, one to rock these lonely bones. It's me the beat, gives me the rhythm, one to rock all night long. One to rock all night long. Lord, I've had good days and bad days, but you know I am satisfied. By myself, you by my side, girl, take it as it comes, baby, all in stride, yeah. 'Cause Lord, I'm just a weary traveler, getting a little further down the line. By myself, you by my side, girl, I take it as it comes, baby, all in stride. Take it as it comes, baby, all in stride. Lord, I've been praying for an angel, one to rock these lonely bones. 'Cause me the beat gives me the rhythm, one to rock all night long. One to rock all night long. All night long. All night long. All night long.
You have another song, and it's called Wichita, Kansas.
Wichita,
Is that
Kansas.
a special place for you?
Well, it was about a girl.
Imagine that.
I know my muse is geography and girls.
Not in that order.
Well, you got to be somewhere first. But yeah, I met this young lady, and it's really a song about America. Getting to travel across the country and see the beauty of America is very inspiring as like a woman. But you know, there's I think that the part of the story is that America, and like a lot of people, have tragedies, but you cannot let it define you. Mm-hmm. And so I met this young lady. She was actually the editor of National Geographic in Germany.
Oh, wow.
And she just quit her job and came back to the States, and I was playing a show at the Saxon Pub, and then we went to the Continental Club where the Braun brothers were playing, and a bunch of friends from Idaho. And then we went, we started dating then, and we had a date that lasted 14 states.
Wow.
And so it became a geographical affair, and we actually went back to Idaho, and I wrote this song and performed it for her first in the Brauns. And the Brauns, it's a musical family that the father had these four boys, and they all play in Reckless Kelly and Mickey the Motor Car. And so I was fans of these guys before I was playing music. These are the bands that I was like, I want to do this. Mm-hmm. This is the way that they love to do this. I want to be a part of this. And so to get to come full circle and befriend these guys, and then get to sing a song in their living room was real special to me.
Oh yeah. And the culture that they have, put together for music. These kids, I say they're kids, they're a little bit older than me, not too much, but they were on the Carson show a couple of times. Oh
singing.
wow.
So I mean, they were really influential to my music and a lot of other people's. But this young lady, her father was a bluegrass player, and she realized that I wasn't giving it up, and so she disappeared on me.
Oh no!
Honestly, though, I ran into her this summer on tour.
Wow!
I was at a hot springs in New Mexico, and I hear Robert Cline. Like, that's me, yeah. And it was her, and I hadn't seen her in 10 years. We both have kids, and it was just, she was like, "Hey, I'm really sorry about dipping out, but
because we did this big long tour, went to this festival and Steamboat Music Fest, and then she was like, she just took a
She
taxi
didn't
and
even
left.
say anything. She just vanished.
Yeah, she just vanished. So 10 years later, I ran into her.
Golly.
Yeah, it was a little harsh, but you know,
Yeah.
life is like that sometimes. Sometimes you can avoid things too.
Yes,
you
you
know,
can.
I mean,
Yes, I
God
do.
does work in mysterious ways.
Yes, he
Yeah.
do.
So
He kept us together. I have no clue.
there you go. And you thank him every day. I pretty know it.
Only 58 years.
Hey, that's worth a clap. Right
Yeah,
there.
That's why I'm an old man.
That's good. Got somebody keeping you honest and on the right path.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
So this is Wichita, Kansas. Well, I know a girl from Wichita, Kansas. She's the sweetest thing that I ever did see. Her heart is full of love, romance, other things they call her America. She means the world to me. She's as wild as west winds have shaped her. Her heart is as pure as a single drop of rain that fell on the prairie and grew something wonderful. 'Cause an ounce of love can do anything. She's just a girl from Wichita, Kansas. She's the sweetest thing that I ever did see. Her heart is full of love, romance, other things they call her America. She means the world to me. She flows like the river, mysteriously she wanders, searching for peace in a world so unkind. But her heart knows no fears. In spite of the burdens, Lord, she's the dividing truth and the fate of all mankind. She's just a girl from Wichita, Kansas. She's the sweetest thing that I ever did see. Her heart is full of love, romance, other things they call her America. She means the world to me. I found when I was out searching for something bigger than me. And I was among you, and she graced me with the presence, and I stand with you now. Together we'll sing. She's just a girl from Wichita, Kansas. She's the sweetest thing that I ever did see. Her heart is full of love, romance, other things they call her America. She means the world to me. But time holds no promise. It only holds memories scarred by the journey. Yet her soul still sings a song of hope, faith, love. That's something to make the whole world see. She's just a girl from Wichita, Kansas. She's the whole thing I Just a girl, but she's everything. You know, that's the irony of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got a good song out of it either way.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and it's looking and learning from those moments of opportunity and like not letting these tragedies define you. And I
Sure.
think that's what American spirit's all about, is that
Right?
overcoming challenges and heartaches and finding the beauty of it.
Right. Right. All the right reasons.
All the right reasons. So this goes into that first album that I made. And I made this record with a band called the Subdudes. And
I know who the Subdudes are.
great band, yeah. That was my first band.
Are you serious?
And I still get to play with them. I'm so very blessed, yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, so John Magny, I met him through a friend of mine, and I had this album that I was working on, All the Right Reasons, and I sat down and wrote down all the titles of the song, and then I wrote the song,
Oh, wow.
which is pretty interesting way to do it. But this was trying to figure out why in the world would anybody want to do this, you know?
Push and Shove was a great song of theirs.
Oh yeah, they were.
That song.
They're fantastic, and their musical arrangements, harmonies, and it was such a great opportunity to learn the spirit behind making music, and I think that's the most important part of this, because there's the business part of it, there's other elements of what this is, but like why people do this and to share something, and I was going through my first divorce. I'm going through my second one now, but
Sure, little. Or...
I know it. Thank you. It's been a journey.
Yeah.
It gets better.
A song's. I have a feeling a song's brewing.
But you know, this song was really too about learning to love somebody that doesn't love you anymore, and you know, seeing people for who they are, and that's what we're all here to understand is love, that true unconditional stuff, and that's where we go through the hardships of things, and you know, things that disappoint us, but still, if you can love somebody where they are, who they are, and get past that, that's part of the journey of learning and forgiving and you know, all the things that. So this is what that was about, and it's been interesting because it's given me a lot of strength to sing these songs in this second, you know, season of hardships. But
Therapy.
it is. This has really been the therapy of it, and getting to write the record and put these songs from paper to an image to
Gets it out of here.
it gets it out of here, but it also people witness you their stories, and then you realize like how blessed you really are, and
Right.
even like the situations of people leaving you, like other things come into your life, and
That's right.
you learn who you really are and how, you know, these situations can make you a better person. And so that's what we're all trying to do each day. And I think the music community has been such a rewarding part of that. You know, somebody asked me yesterday, don't you get lonely traveling by yourself? I was like, well, I do, but then I get to come here and meet all kinds of wonderful people.
Right. It's only temporary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're all, walking our path. And if you can be who you are in a room full of strangers, they're not strangers anymore.
Exactly.
Well, Tim said it's amazing. I go somewhere to play and there's people there.
Yeah, there's people there. And we're all here to support each other and to see each other and to play a role in that is really wonderful. And I think as a community, you're here for each other. When the hardships, the good times, it's all, you look forward to seeing everybody here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's such a beautiful thing to be a part of. Because there's a lot of lonely people staring at TVs out there, and if they just can, like you on the internet and Facebook, go out and see people. We're out there,
Yes.
and I think that's what's the great thing about that technology. It opens this up to people that might not be able to do that right then and there, but you're out there, you're listening, and it,
Yeah.
opens the world up.
So tell me about all the right reasons. Sing it, baby.
She's all the right reasons. I get up every morning. She's all the right reasons. Now we're all day long. She helps me find patience, peace and forgiveness. She's all the right reasons. And I'm singing my song. I try every day to love and understand her. I try every day just to stand by her side. But I can't find the words to make her believe me, despite all the right reasons. She's saying goodbye. I know I love her so dearly, and I know just in time. I know she just can't forgive me, and I know I still try. She's all the right reasons. I get up every morning. She's all the right reasons. Now we're all day long. She helps me find patience, peace and forgiveness. She's all the right reasons, and I'm singing my song. The winter's here, cold winds are blowing, the frost stings my skin as the leaves fall and die. It's another new year, another day older. For all the right reasons, the sun will soon rise. I know I love her so dearly, and I know it's just a matter of time. I know She's all the right reasons. I get up every morning. She's all the right reasons. And I work all day long. She helps me find patience, peace and forgiveness. She's all the right reasons. And I'm singing my song. She's all the right reasons, and I'm singing my song.
Very nice. Before we go into any more of your music, I wanted to let you give yourself a plug, let people know where they can find you and find your music.
Yes, ma'am. RobertClineJr.com is my website. And then I have music on Apple Music and Amazon. I've got 3 albums out. I've got All the Right Reasons and American Mojo. So All the Right Reasons I made with a band called the Subdudes you mentioned. American Mojo is after getting that first record and getting on the road, I got to meet a band called the Swampers. Muscle Shoals Swampers. Have you ever heard about the Swampers?
Oh, yeah.
And so they just put out a documentary called Muscle Shoals, and they were in Austin, Texas for South by Southwest. And my friend Shelly Keene was like, "Oh, I know those guys." I'm like, "What?" Introduce me. And I, befriended them, and I said, "I've got an idea for a record." They said, "Well, come visit." And so we got to sit in and watch them, record and like David Hood, Spooner of that group, and then Kelvin Holly, Will McFarlane, all these great players helped me make this record, American Mojo.
Boy, aren't you the lucky one?
Absolutely. It's been a real, and to learn from people who really care. And I think what's great about their story is they care so much about songs, and they care about songwriters and care about the people that they're just not cranking this stuff out. Mm-hmm. They're helping you learn how to really make a good record. Yeah. And so that American Mojo was trying to tell, after traveling the country, it was telling that story of America and all the challenges and love affairs and all the things that are America, that and is about the mojo of what America's about. And so then shortly after that, I got to start traveling to Europe and perform for them and Europeans, because I'm a European. I'm from Scottish Irish descent, and as many of us are. But it was really wonderful to have an audience that they would read your record and they knew who all these people were. And
Europeans are big into American
really
music and songwriters and stuff like that. Everybody who goes over there always has a really good experience that I've talked to.
It's just an education of your own heritage and the history of being a troubadour. So I followed that record up with a record called Troubadour. Or Troubadour Songs, rather. And it was actually songs that I did not write. I covered some great troubadours and songwriters that I loved, and it was a way for me to reach different audiences, but also pay tribute to songs that made me want to get up and do this.
Well, hear that, everybody? He's got some really great albums, so go check it all out. Buy his music, support original music. That's why he's doing it.
I do. And I've got a forthcoming record that I've been sitting on a while, and I'll sing that song last. But that was recorded with members of the Subdudes and the Swampers. So it's kind of all my mentors in one. And that album's not released yet. So
it's really the Swamp Dudes then.
They're kind of Swamp Dudes, yeah. But I recorded it in Muscle Shoals, and I had David Hood and Spooner, Will McFarlane playing on it, and James playing guitar. Trying to blank on James' last name because I'm thinking about it. And then Spooner, and then John Magny and Steve, we did our percussion stuff and other keyboard things.
Cool. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
neat production.
You have another song called Let It Go.
I do. Well, I talked to all...
And that's not the Disney one.
It's not, no. My daughter liked to sing that one when we perform. She's taken that out of the repertoire. But this is a song I wrote with a fellow by the name of Mark Narmore, a great songwriter. He wrote some great songs for bands like Shenandoah and...
How do you spell his last name?
Narmore.
That's what I thought. I just thought I'd ask.
Yes.
Okay. Because we like to give him credit too.
And also the James LeBlanc was the other gentleman that played a lot on that record, and I've written songs with. Another great songwriter. But this is a song that, and we've written other songs since then from Mark. Mark wrote, what's it? Moon Over Georgia, if you know that song, Moon Over Georgia. And he's got a lot of not great songs. But this is one of the first ones we wrote together that was like, man, I like this song. And it's about love being a battlefield. And kind of letting go of those things. And in Muscle Shoals, you really see the hand of the Civil War. I'm a big mountain biker. There's still foxholes where people were hiding in.
Oh, wow.
You know?
Cool.
And, it's very humbling. I'm on a bike ride, and these guys were hiding for their lives, a long time ago. It really wasn't that long ago. And then the University of Northern Alabama has been hit by cannonballs while it was in session, Wow. So we think of that as a long time ago, but it really wasn't.
Really wasn't. Nope.
But with that being said, is that, not letting it define you and hurt you is kind of the...
Let it go.
You gotta let it go, yeah. Because otherwise it'll haunt other relationships and how you see it, just the love of other people. Because, being a parent is one of those things that makes you realize that, like, we're all children. Even at this stage of our lives, if you look at other people when they're doing something dumb, like, well, he's just a dumb kid, it kind of makes it, you swallow that pill because they don't know. They're doing something out of reaction or hurt or something that happened to them in their lives. It just gives you a little bit more empathy and dealing with things you don't necessarily understand.
Right.
Heart's been broken, love gone blind, shallow canyons covered in kudzu vine. That's just a memory burning in your mind. When words were sabers, cut you deep inside. Just let it go. Take my hand. This ain't no battlefield. Ain't that other man. Now let it go. Bottle it inside. I know you fought this war before, and you've earned your stripes. Now let it go. Like a cotton blossom, your guarded heart, surrounded by thorns and shade. Most men off, but I walk the line, right or wrong. Till my fingers bleed, I pick you dust till dawn. So just let it go. Take my hand. sang the battlefield. Ain't that other man? Now let it go, bottle it inside. I know you fought this war before. You've earned your stripes. Now let it go. Let's build a casket with that stand of pines. Let's scratch the truth and that old stone and leave the past behind. Union blue, rebel gray. Don't matter what I lost, another time and place. Just let it go. Take my hand. Sing the battlefield. Ain't that other man? Now let it go. Bottle it inside. I know you fought this war before, but you've earned your stripes. Now let it go.
Very nice.
Let it go.
You have another song, Honky Tonk Honeymoon.
Honk Tonk Honeymoon. This goes back to the story about the 14th state day. And I wrote this with my friend, 14th state date. It was a very entertaining date. I'm a very good date taker. Entertainer. You know what? We went all over the place through Colorado, went skiing. She wasn't a skier, but you know. Hot Springs. We did all New Mexico. We saw her folks in Kansas. Where else did we go? Idaho, mentioned that.
Now, was it after you saw the folks that she disappeared?
No, it was after Steamboat. It was after like the big festival, and she realized, like, man, you're really into this, like.
Like, hello.
Because it's a big week. Yeah, it's a big week of music and partying, and just you go to a concert, then you hang out and you hear other people play songs. You know, it's like
That's
more
fun.
fun. That's fun.
Yeah.
And I think it was just like the crowds and the people, and it
Too
just
much
was like it
for-
was too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, to each their own. Everybody's got to.
Right?
But you got to be polite about these things.
So who's your co-writer on this one?
Shelley King. Do y'all know about Shelley King? Shelley King is the first woman inducted as a Texas State musician.
You need to get her here.
I will get her here. Yeah, she would love to come play for you guys. We just did a show at the Redbird Listening Room in New Braunfels. A great little listening room. But she plays a lot with Carolyn Wonderland right now.
Yeah.
They've got a dynamic relationship, and she plays and writes with Marsha Ball, and she's a power woman of Austin.
Yeah,
she really is. And she's got a band with Amy Helms, Levon's daughter.
Wow.
And so she's something else. But when I met her through the Subdudes, because she's made several records with the Subdudes, and I was actually they were going to a big event that the Center for Texas Music History was putting on, and I was telling her about it. It was Guy Clark's birthday party.
Oh, wow.
And at any rate, she was like, "What are you talking about? That's my town." But she befriended me and she took me to the Sax and the Continental Club and really showed me all the clubs
introduced me to what the Austin scene was.
Mm-hmm.
I say was because it's changed a lot, but there was a great fan base of people that lived there and that were supporting, and it was just a real amazing opportunity, and we became friends, and so her and her family come stay with me in Colorado, and I'd stay with her in Austin.
Oh, perfect.
And I got to be a road manager on a Delbert cruise once, and
Nice.
yeah, we've gotten to do a lot of fun things. So this is Honky Tonk Honeymoon, true story. Heartbroken, lost, pride hurt, broken. Here I am again. Should have seen it coming, freight train running. Should have hightailed it then. First time she kissed me, moment hit me. Knew I was about to jump in. Head first crazy, love drunk maybe. Enchanted by the touch of her skin. It was a honky-tonk honeymoon. Next time you jump in, don't jump in too soon. Well, it might have been the whiskey or something else that bit me. Left me howling at the moon. It was a honky-tonk honeymoon. True story. Got out of that saloon, got ourselves a room. She started giving me advice. Cause God as my witness, she jumped in my business before I came back with the ice. The first time she kissed me, mama hit me. I knew I was about to jump in. Head first crazy, love drunk maybe. Enchanted by the touch of her skin. It was a honky-tonk honeymoon. Next time you jump in, don't jump in too soon. Well, it might have been the whiskey or something else that bit me. Left me howling at the moon. It was a honky-tonk honeymoon. It was a honky-tonk honeymoon.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
It's a good dance song for sure.
It's fun with the band. It
Oh,
sure
I
is.
bet. You have another song called Granddaddy.
Granddaddy. And so I wrote this with a real live honky tonk legend, a guy named Peanut Montgomery. Do y'all know about Peanut Montgomery?
Peanut.
Peanut Montgomery became a dear friend. He was a guitar player for a guy named George Jones.
Who was George Jones?
George Jones. Well, and so Peanut wrote 73 of George Jones's songs.
Really?
He wrote 64 Tammy Wynette songs. He wrote the song Emmylou Harris sings One of These Days about his life becoming a preacher. And I heard all these wonderful stories about him. I mean, he
produced and recorded with Percy Sledge. When a Man Loves a Woman, those guys, and Otis Redding. He was part of Muscle Shoals, and his older brother played for a guy named Hank Williams. The Hank Williams. Peanut was a musician for the Grand Ole Opry, and he's had a just tremendous life. And I met him by hearing all these stories, and I was like, "Boy, I got to meet this guy." And so, well, he's just across the street, that old thrift store. His wife had a little thrift store, and came in. And he was taking a nap. And I was like, "Hey, I want to meet you." And we sat down and we wrote a song that day.
That's super cool.
And we've written several. And I got to tour with him. His wife wrote a book about their life with George Jones, and it later became a movie. But we went through Texas, and so I got to tour with Peanut.
Is he still alive?
He's still alive.
Okay, cool.
His sister, Melba Montgomery, who married George Jones at one time, and a great country singer herself, she recently passed away. But just a tremendous legacy of just, it's just unbelievable. He also discovered Tanya Tucker.
Oh, wow.
When she was a little girl. Came in, her older sister was making a record. He's like, "Now this one's got something." And he wrote some songs. I'm trying to think which song it was, about the old man from Memphis, the old drunkard down in Memphis, that she sang on that first record. But I digress. You could talk for ages about him. But this song, I had the first verses to, and because I've got a granddaddy. I inherited my hat from my granddaddy. Not this particular one. I still have his, but I had to put that one on the shelf. But both of my grandfathers were great men, and great men of Texas. One of them was actually depicted in a film called The Court Martial of Jackie Robinson. He was Jackie Robinson's attorney.
Oh, wow.
In the Army. But this goes out to my granddaddy, and it definitely tips the hat to George Jones by writing with Peanut and turning it and having him produce it like that. I may live, be 102, and do all the things that a man can do. Fortune and fame ain't what I crave, 'cause I want to be a granddaddy someday. Granddaddy, that's what they'll say when they look me in the eyes and speak my name. It's grounded as a note that'll bend, not break. 'Cause I want to be a granddaddy someday. A life worth living is a life worth led. When a man's handshake means the words he said. Backs it up with blood, sweat, and tears. That's the kind of legacy I want to give. Granddaddy, that's what they'll say when they look me in the eyes and speak my name. It's grounded as a note that'll bend, not break. 'Cause I want to be granddaddy someday. Hard times will come and hearts will break. But man's got to give more than he takes. A life lived with love and a gentle hand. That's the kind of thing that make a man grand. Granddaddy, that's what they'll say when they look me in the eyes and speak my name. As grounded as a note that'll be not break. 'Cause I want to be granddaddy someday. And I want to be more than a good man. 'Cause I want to be granddaddy someday.
Nice.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, and it's, you know, being a granddaddy, being, you know, the legacy. Any granddaddies in this room? I'm guessing there's a couple.
Yeah,
There's a couple. Yeah, yeah.
this is probably the best one ever.
I like that. But you know, the legacies we leave, you know, it really gives you perspective of. But wanting to be that, I think is a. You need more of thinking ahead.
Right.
No, there you go. That's right.
Your next song, which after talking to you is no surprise, is titled Boys from Muscle Shoals.
Boys from Muscle Shoals.
Is this a song about honoring them?
It is, and I got to record it with them.
Oh,
which
even better.
was pretty neat. I had the idea coming up from lunch, and I started writing it. And I was writing that day with a guy named Gary Nichols. And Gary Nichols led a band, the Steel Drivers, after a guy named Chris Stapleton career kind of took off. And he's like, hey, why don't you take this band?
Oh, nice.
And he's a great singer, great songwriter, and he's a boy from Muscle Shoals. And he had a troubled past. He kind of did, and he's alive. He's doing good, and so it's kind of interesting how writing this song and seeing what happened to his life after I got to watch him make a Grammy-winning record.
Oh, wow.
One
Nice.
time, and with the Steel Drivers. But he embodies this song, I think, as a soul singer and a guitar player, because these people play like nobody's business. I know Texas, we're proud of our musicians, but Muscle Shoals has some amazing talent.
Oh, yeah.
And there's the ethics of honoring the past and working hard at your craft and learning to do the best you can, I think, is something that is important to the industry. In a time when anybody can record anything, there's a history there. And so I got to have folks like the Muscle Shoals horns section on it. So the guys that run around with Lyle Lovett, the horns section, they performed on it. So if you hear the whole production, it's a big production. And the soul singers that back up Ronnie Millsap, they were singing on
You
it.
have those CDs with you, don't you?
I am all sold out of that record, actually. I've sold out of it twice. And
Well, you know what that means? You're supposed to order more.
I know. Well, and I think my plan is to release this next record, and then I'll go back and release that one on vinyl, because
Oh, nice.
folks
Yeah.
are buying vinyl.
They
now.
are. It's coming back.
And the fidelity is great, and so I buy vinyl myself. So it's just I've had to get through this hump.
Tell us about them boys from Muscle Shoals.
Yes, I sure will. Gladly. And it's just such a testament of who they are and how humble they are, because they changed the world. They changed the way people thought about other people. You know, when Percy Sledge went and sang "When a Man Loves a Woman" in South Africa, that in front of a bunch of white people, that was a big deal. And you know, our generation now doesn't necessarily see that how big of a transition that was, but it cut lines, you know, and made people appreciate all kinds of people. And so I think that's, and just for them to be so generous with their time with me was just, it's special. Have you ever heard how God made rhythm and blues? Just a troubled man, 6 strings and a chord or two. It was the devil at the crossroads in Mississippi that gets all the credit. But y'all, I know it was a good Lord in heaven and them boys down from Muscle Shoals. They play them swampy beats and lay down them funk grooves. Deep in the pocket, so the singer out front had some room. Well, big threes, whirlies, horns and strings, making hit records and little girls scream. Well, God bless the music and them boys down from Muscle Shoals. The first time I heard it, I must have been about 13. Streaming through the speakers of my dad's old GMC. DJ said that's Bob Seger singing old time rock and roll. And the band was just a bunch of boys down from Muscle Shoals. They play them swampy beats and lay down them funky grooves. Deep in the pocket, so the singer out front had some room. Well, beat threes, words, horns and strings, making hit records and little girls scream. Well, God bless the music and them boys down from Muscle Shoals. Records of fame and find that Muscle Shoal sound. The Rolling Stones, Aretha Franklin, and Etta James, Ricky Wilson, Pickett, even Bob Dylan came. And the band was just a bunch of boys down from Muscle Shoals. They play them swampy beats and lay down them funk grooves. Deep in the pocket, so the singer out front had some room. Well, beat threes, whirlies, horns and strings, making hit records and little girls scream. Well, God bless the music and them boys down from Muscle Shoals. And they're still making music with them boys down from Muscle Shoals. So God bless the music and them boys down from Muscle Shoals.
Get
Bless
you a
'em.
drink of that water.
Yeah, allergies are getting me.
I know. We have all been hacking and snotting.
And y'all been doing a very good job of doing it quietly. You sneezed, and I like, how did you not? Where did it come out of? I didn't even see it. I saw it. Like, that's amazing.
Mm-mm. Oh, wait. Mojo. Got your mojo.
Mojo.
Tell us
And
about Mojo.
This goes out to the Sub Dudes.
All right.
Yeah, they've got the mojo. They're originally from New Orleans. I met them in Fort Collins. And they are just a groovy, funky, awesome group.
Cool.
And I've really gotten to spend a lot of time in New Orleans because, like, having worked with them, I've got to go through New Orleans, and I've gotten to play there quite a bit. had some interesting stories in New Orleans.
I'm sure.
Yeah. And I think, having these opportunities and one thing about music is you want to pay homage to the people before you and respect them and your audience too, about being professional about it and doing the best interpretation.
Aren't you doing that when you write a song?
You're doing it when you write a song, when you're performing, but caring about it.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, if you really, like I was doing a show with Shelly, and I was, introducing her to some friends on stage, and, it's an honor to get to play with these people and to represent them and tell their stories, and so it's just a special thing, and this has been a fun rock and roll song to play with the band. I got to open up my first opening band show. I got to open up for the Drive-By Truckers, which is pretty cool. Because David Hood, his son, is Patterson Hood, and so later become friends with that world. But Shelly was right there with me. We're in Colorado, and it's like to have these people behind you and supporting you and being a part of it is.
Oh yeah, that's great.
It means something,
Sure.
It means something for y'all to be here too. So I appreciate because it's all of it. Down in New Orleans, hot as Cayenne, living in the quarter plate and in a band, walking down the street a different way home. Saw a voodoo man walking all alone. He said, "Come with me." Bottles of potions lining the walls, chicken bone chops clinging in the hall. Said, "Look here, boy, it's cut through the floor. I can see there's something eating you up. So tell me what it is." Said I need me some mojo down in my soul, fill up my heart and fill the empty holes. Needs to be good, needs to be right. Don't wanna have to go through life without mojo. Need a little mojo. So whatever you got, I take what you have. You can wrap it all up in this gree bag. Looked at me and gave me a grin. Said, "Knew I was right. Ask you when I'm gonna help you out." Cause what you seek ain't on no shelf. It's already there inside of yourself. It's in the way you live and the way you love. Sometimes it comes from the Lord above. Just let it out. Said I need me some mojo down in my soul, fill up my heart and fill the empty holes. Needs to be good, needs to be right. Don't wanna have to go through life without mojo. Go out and get some mojo. It's inside yourself, mojo. You got to give it to receive it, mojo. Mojo, go out and get some mojo. It's inside yourself, mojo. You got to give it to receive it, mojo. Mojo, yeah, yeah, nah. Joe.
Get you some water.
Yes, yes.
Get that one on the floor. There you go. Well, it has been wonderful listening to you. It's been so much fun.
Feels so good for me.
And what I would like for you to do is tell us a little bit about Fall on Your Sword and take us out of this part of the show with that.
Yes, this is the title of the new record. And I've been sitting on it for a while. Years. Actually, it's been recorded. But it's part of that divorce story. I've been going through divorce for 5 years. So longer than the marriage was.
Oh, jeez. Unfortunately, the attorneys get it all, don't they?
They do. They do.
There's a song for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been fortunate to have good.
Blues song, though.
Yeah, it's a
Yes,
blues.
definitely a
Got
blues
my
song.
money in my shoes. Yeah, but it's been a lesson of doing the right thing and spending time with my little girl, and you know, she's my little girl's mother too. So God bless her heart. You know.
Bless her heart.
Yeah.
Right, Bobby?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been interesting, and it's still in litigation, so I'll leave it there for the video to say. But
All right.
but it's still, you gotta do the right thing, and sometimes it's a hard thing, and so you gotta fall on your sword,
There you go.
and still believe in love, and not have these horrible narcissistic people take away from what you are.
Yep.
Exactly.
And that's the real thing that I've been proud of, is that, when we met, I was doing this full time. We moved to Muscle Shoals, got rid of my previous business, and it's like full in. And then all of a sudden I was like, we're not doing that anymore. You got to quit music. You got to quit. It's like,
Excuse
what?
me?
This is, yeah. I mean, I'm not like this. Yeah, I'm making a living doing this, and this is what I do.
That's
and
you.
It's me. And I had to really stand on my feet and define that, and not, and it's one of those situations where, people try to hurt you with everything you love, use your kids against you, all these terrible things that people do for manipulation. And it's been good to stand and do the hard thing and still do it with respect.
Yeah.
I want to hear a song about that.
Yeah.
It's been a lesson, but getting to sing these songs and with conviction talk about these issues, because other people have had these. I'm not the only one dealing with this. People have had this through history of time, and it makes me a better person, and it makes me realize that this is a season of it, and there'll be other good songs with other things to celebrate, and I can celebrate this now. Don Quixote rides to the sunset to watch the windmills burn. Don leans over, Sancho says, let me tell you a few things I've learned. Me shall inherit earth one day. Sometimes you gotta go after the girl and fall on the sword. Love's worth fighting for. Fall on the sword. for he saddled a stallion with a gleam in his eye. He spoke with conviction and left us with this advice. Says when some may lose some, sometimes you gotta take a dive. You gotta let her know she's worth fighting for. 'Cause love's worth it every time. Fall on a soul, carry your wounded pride. Love's worth fighting for. Fall on your soul. In the end, it doesn't matter who's right or wrong. 'Cause end of the night, when you turn out the lights, don't wanna be alone. Soul, carry your wounded pride. Love's worth fighting for. Fall on your soul. Fall on your soul. Fall on your sword, y'all. Thank y'all so very much for allowing me to be a part of the music room. It's such an honor.
Thank you. It has been our pleasure, and we certainly hope that you come back and play here again. I also want to thank our Facebook listening audience, our studio audience for turning out tonight to come see you, our photographers, Gene and Barbara Moore and Bruce Davis, along with Mr. Randy Treadway back there, who's been recording all this and is going to mix it all down, and you're going to have a wonderful product to promote yourself with.
Thank y'all for letting me be a part of y'all's world.
You bet. And and everybody keep tuning in. You're in the music room.